Good evening, it's Katie. I am about to blow your mind, and not because of this headline that looks like clickbait. Okay, Trudeau sacrificed by elite. Prosecutors preparing to arrest Trudeau on sickening array of child sex charges. The People's Voice, 98,000 followers, okay. So who is this by, this video? I'm gonna get back to this. Stay with me, because this is not even the big part of the story. The connections and some things I've put together are who Trudeau is related to, which is going to blow you away, and a dream that I had almost 2 years ago, a prophetic dream I had about that Trudeau was going to have a great fall and on the world stage as New Order was unfolding. I'm going to play you a little clip of that dream. And I'm also going to tell you about these connections, these relatives, it's unbelievable. Okay, let me go back now. So where's this coming from? People's Voice. He covers all kinds of things. Doctors killed in plane crash vowed to release evidence linking things to turbo cancer, and they've been found dead. You're talking about Japan here and wildfires. What I noticed with him was he's got there was a link to his Rumble page. There we go. And then that's where you find this. And then there was also a doctors association that was running it. So I looked and I couldn't find this anywhere else on the internet, right? So if this is true and there's a whisper, it's just coming out.
Survived countless scandals in his political career, but this time there was no covering it up. The tide has turned, the truth is being laid bare, and it's about to expose the system of elite paedophilia practiced by the global elites. Reporting by the People's Voice and a select few other independent news outlets finally broke the damn wall, leading to a massive outpouring of damning evidence linking Trudeau to historical child sex crimes. The people of Canada have woken up to the truth. They know their Prime Minister is a puppet, controlled by blackmail. Before Trudeau's resignation announcement on Monday, the Liberal Party's approval rating had plummeted to an all-time historic low of just 16%. Revelations by Carl Kemper, Justin Trudeau's half-brother, who revealed that the Canadian Prime Minister does not write his own speeches or tweets, but instead performs like a dancing monkey, reading scripts written for him by his globalist overlords. Trudeau is not speaking from his heart, insists his brother, who adds, blackmail is a very powerful tool. We've been saying for years that Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum are penetrating governments and installing compromised puppet leaders. Ready for some proof you can share around?
To anybody who's been blackmailed out there, or, went to a white party, for example, and took a sip of a drink and got a little bit crazy, and then you're a little bit disconnected from reality, and all of a sudden you find yourself participating in some sort of sick ritual, and guess what? You find out later that, yeah, that was all recorded, and now you need to do what we tell you to do. You're a victim. You were trapped. You may have consciously made that decision, but by giving in to the blackmail and continuing to do the orders and execute the tyranny of the extreme minority that seeks to rule through blackmail, coercion, deception, division, release yourself from them. First, apologize to yourself, forgive yourself, be thankful for that experience, it's tough, and then love thyself, but move forward. And remember, your right action, you can never doubt yourself for taking right action. And you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have been blackmailed and set up and offered deals. And some of you consciously took it because it was the cool thing to do. Or you could see, the riches, the wealth, the power. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And you're actively contributing to a parasitic energy that is rotting and hindering the growth of planet Earth and civilization, humanity.
You know, when you look at like the history of people like Jeffrey Epstein, like what their role was, you know, to trap people and blackmail people. And like, you know, you think about a lifetime of opulence and opportunity, like, you know, you're probably, you make mistakes and, or like, you know, you get coerced into doing something bad. And I've heard from, you know, multiple people, like not specific to Justin, but like of situations where, you know, all of a sudden it's like, you know, this girl comes out of nowhere and she's on it, and you're in a special room or a special house, and it's like, come on, like let's do that. Oh, you're married, but they're like pushing and they're trying to make something happen. And this is how, like, you know, when a camera's on, then it's recorded, then you're blackmailed. And so like blackmail is a very powerful tool.
Those with keen memories will remember that Trudeau's entry into politics in 2008 was dogged by a scandal from his days as a teacher at Vancouver's elite West Point Grey Academy. Before we get into the allegations that Trudeau is desperate to cover up, it's worth making note of a couple of facts. Christopher Charles Ingvaldson, a teacher at West Point Grey Academy who also went to college with Trudeau, was found guilty of child pornography charges after being caught directing an international paedophile ring. This man was Justin Trudeau's best friend at the time. Justin Trudeau and Ingvaldson have been closely linked since their days as roommates at college, and after completing their teaching degrees, they both received job offers from West Point Grey Academy. After becoming Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau encouraged Ingvaldson to run for political office as a member of the Liberal Party. Ingvaldson announced his desire to be a Liberal MP candidate in the district of Vancouver Kingsway, and developed a social media page announcing his plans to run. However, his arrest and subsequent imprisonment on child porn and paedophilia charges have ended any chance Ingvaldson had of entering politics, even in Trudeau's Liberal Canada. The revelation that Justin Trudeau's close friend is a paedophile has come as no surprise to Canadians who've been watching the Liberal Prime Minister closely, including the opposition leader. So why did Justin Trudeau leave his teaching job halfway through the school term? Spoiler alert, it involves a very young victim. And she was far from the only one. Justice is closing in on Trudeau, now entangled in the Diddy scandal, with his legacy poised to go up in flames like an effigy. Canadian media can't report on this story, but we can. We've got the details after this important word from our sponsor.
And I want to tell you about an unacceptable dream. I hope it's a dream come true that I had a few weeks ago. And
This is actually almost 2 years ago.
To block her from being able to testify.
I had this dream like
Feb
February, March
bad stuff for him.
of 2023.
And, I was praying. I got into bed one night and I said a prayer. And I said, God, can you please give me a sign, just something in a dream that will help guide me, give me some answers, whether we should stay in Canada and fight or if we should go. We should just flee, right? Head off to Costa Rica, Mexico. And when I woke up in the morning, it was the wee hours of the morning, and I dreamt that New World Order was unfolding. That's not good, right? And I saw like two former co-workers that I used to work with on the island. And I was saying to them, hey, you know, you thought I was crazy a couple years ago, didn't you? And they're, you know, nodding solemnly. But then my dream flipped to all of a sudden I'm backstage. And I'm in this huge big theater, and who comes crashing from the rafters high above? Trudeau. And he hits the ground. As soon as he like hits the ground, boom, he's dead on impact. It was wild. I just woke up like, holy shit. First thing that kind of like flowed through me at that point was that he wasn't going to be dead, like dead, that he's going to fall. He's going to have a great fall, falling from the rafters, and it's going to be the death of his career.
I'm going to show you photos. So, I'm thinking to myself, well, they're going to sacrifice him, right? But isn't Trudeau related to Clinton? And they're totally untouchable. They're Teflon, just like him. Clinton related to Trudeau, Obama to Churchill. You can Google that. You can just say like Trudeau related to or Hilary Clinton related to, but watch this. So it turns out Barack Obama, for example, is a distant cousin to Brad Pitt, and his opponent for the Democratic nomination, former First Lady Hilary Clinton, is a relative of Angelina Jolie, Pitt's girlfriend. I actually saw a talk show where she's talking about that. And that was CTV News, March 26, 2008. So no, that is not fake news or some Russian disinformation. And then let's find it over here. The rest of that reads, the Republican candidate John McCain, sixth cousin to First Lady Laura Bush. The limbs of Clinton's family tree even stretch to Canada and the UK, according to the study from the non-profit organization in Boston. Turns out the woman attempting to become the first female president of the United States can count among her relations Alanis Morissette, Celine Dion, and former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, Madonna, and On the Road author Jack Kerouac also counted among her relatives. So that's the CTV. Then we go over here. Can you see this one? Okay. So then we go here. Maybe I'll just make these bigger. CBC Montreal. November 6, 2016. Hillary Clinton's Quebec ancestry dates back to New France. Like Madonna, Angelina Jolie, presidential candidates, connections to 17th century Phil DeRoy. I probably butchered that. Clinton's family ties to Canada stretch back to the days of New France, making her a distant relative of many prominent Quebecers, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Celine Dion, genealogists have noted. Gail Morneau, is that Bill Morneau? Geez, another connection. Descharnay of the French-Canadian Heritage Society of Michigan has traced a branch of Clinton's family tree all the way back to the Phil DeRoy or King's Daughters, a group of young women who were sent from France in the 17th century to help populate the colony. So I'm going to leave you links to all of these, okay? CBC, CTV. But then, here's where the real kicker is. I started to think to myself, okay, now things are starting to come out about Justin Bieber, right? That, the Diddy, and it's connecting, and they're connecting Trudeau to the P. Diddy, to the white parties, allegedly. So Justin Bieber has apparently been a victim, right? Well, I decided that, after typing Clinton related to and Trudeau related to, I typed in Bieber related to, and here's where the story gets really wild. Justin Bieber related to, that's me, that's my typing right there. Justin Bieber, a cousin of Madonna, Celine Dion, Justin Trudeau, Hilary Clinton, Ryan Gosling, Angelina Jolie, and Camilla, Queen of the United Kingdom. I heard that about Clinton too. Here we go. Justin Bieber was born on March 1st, 1994 in London, Ontario, Canada, son of Jeremy Jack Bieber and Patricia Patty Malette. Ancestry, famous cousins, and there you go. Madonna, Celine Dion, Camille, Angelina Jolie, Justin Trudeau, Hilary Clinton, Ryan Gosling, Jim Carrey. It's a big club. They are playing us. Do you get that? This is such an awkward way to have the camera. I'm sorry. I'm gonna, in this video, if you couldn't see that too well, I'm gonna put screenshots in so you can see what I was trying to show you on here. So Justin Bieber's allegedly been hurt by P. Diddy and pulling away from all his Hollywood management and coming forth, and all these details are coming out. Justin Trudeau is going to be thrown to the wolves by the elites for his involvement with kids. And they're related. And we know about the Clintons, right? If you're tuning into, you know, who rules our world, that are untouchable. And so then I Googled Trump, and I don't have that for you, but just go ahead and put Trump related to, and you'll see his family genealogy report, and it starts going like to the monarchy, like kind of in Scotland. And that's where Clinton, if you do some research on it, I'm just kind of getting you going. So my point is, if all of a sudden this is true, okay, this is the whisper starting. If I've covered a whisper that's correctly not clickbait, and all of a sudden it does start to build up and it gets louder, and just like everybody fantasizes, he's arrested and brought on charges. The world's gonna go, everyone's gonna go nuts. So there's the dream, okay? So if New World Order was unfolding, which it is now, but it's not really evident to everyone yet. So maybe this occurs a little later on this year. So if this unfolds the way my dream said it would, that there's going to be a great fall and the death of his career on the world stage, all the world's a stage. Like, we are living in clown world right now, and we're being played. I believe we're being played. I know it's a big black pill, but I've been seeing this for a while, and they're all in on it. They're actors. And so I think this connection is really valuable. Those articles were written like in 2008 and 2016, or I screenshotted them all. I encourage you to. I imagine they're going to try and scrub stuff like that once they realize people are starting to figure out these connections. So there you have it. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope you'll enjoy it. Leave me a thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you like my content.